Good afternoon, everybody. Con here with Techout. Today I wanted to talk about why the OnePlus 6 is my favorite Android phone thus far, and that is including not really the OnePlus 5. I like the OnePlus 5 as well, but I didn't have it for a long period of time, and that was one of my first Android phones that I've actually used. So I'm not really going to compare that one. It is an older model, so this is going to be the latest and greatest at the current time. So this is between the OnePlus 6, the Note 8, the S9 Plus, and the S9. Really, I haven't had any other devices that are noteworthy. I had the Motorola, I think it was like the G5 S. It was like the special edition G5. I had that for a very, very short period of time, just when I was getting into Android phones. That was kind of like the one that started it. I picked it up for like $200. It was really cheap. But the OnePlus 6, I apologize if you hear any noise. It's about to storm, so there may be some thunder in the video. But the OnePlus 6, for the price, you cannot beat the specs. Your 8 gigs of RAM on the $579 model. There are some other models under this and above this. Spec-wise, this is the top of the line that you can get. The other ones are just different colors. The one under this for $529 is going to be 6 gigs of RAM and 64 gigs of storage. This one is 128 with 8 gigs of RAM. And I just love the phone. It works very, very well. Everything is fast, fluent, the screen's great, bright. I don't even have my brightness turned up that much right now. And let's see. Yeah, I don't even have, well, no I do, but it is on, let's see. This right here is about 70% brightness. It's kind of hard to see because the white 70% brightness about. And that is plenty bright for me. I did have it turned up a little bit more, just because the battery life has been really good, and I just think the brighter screens look better. I am running the Android P beta on this right now, so there is that. And I really do like the fact that the 3 and 3T are also going to be getting Android P, which is really nice for older phones, especially phones in this price point you don't normally see a lot of updates for. OnePlus is very, very good about updating and adding the newest Android features, as well as implementing new Oxygen OS features over top of that. That's another thing I like about OnePlus is Oxygen OS. Oxygen OS is very minimal, almost a stock Android experience, but they do give you those features that you want to use, so they don't throw a bunch of stuff in there that you're not going to want to use. I know with the white screen it's going to be kind of hard to see. Let me put it on the dark mode right now, and then hopefully that will help a little bit. Might still be a little hard to see the text. But with your settings, you have a bunch of gestures and stuff like that. App lock, parallel apps, which allows you to run 2 instances of the same app on the same device. So say you have like WhatsApp or Facebook, something like that. Say you have like a business Facebook account and a personal Facebook account. You can use 2 different Facebook apps on the same device and log into 2 different accounts at the same time, which is really nice for people who need to maybe manage another account, or like I said, have a personal and a business account, something like that. So there's that you can do. I know you can do that with a lot of other phones. I'm pretty sure Samsung has something like that as well. But I'm just talking for this phone in this price point, that is a nice feature to have. Battery life is really really good. Downside to this phone, it is a GSM only phone. It only works on T-Mobile and AT&T in the United States. I tried my 5 on Verizon and it was terrible. I only got 3G service, which is the reason I got rid of it so quick, was because of that, because I had Verizon back at the time. I have T-Mobile now. And in my house, I usually stay between right here at about not half a bar, but half the total bars, I guess you could say. So service is really good. T-Mobile has been really good service for me. Even if the signal strength's not the greatest, I never have any issues with call dropping or slow data or anything like that. I could have 1 or 2 bars and I still get really fast data and really reliable calls and text messaging and all that kind of stuff. So not a big issue for me. Battery life is great. Also with this phone, you can do the dual SIM. So there's, if you need 2 numbers, you can put 2 SIM cards in this device and have 2 totally separate numbers. You can use 1 SIM card for data, you can use 1 SIM card for calling, and that's actually something that we can see here if we go to, I think it's under SIM and network. Yeah, so right here you can see SIM 1 is T-Mobile, and I have voice over LTE on. That is working on T-Mobile. I just leave Wi-Fi calling off. I don't like to use that. I have unlimited minutes because that's, everybody has unlimited minutes now, so I don't really need Wi-Fi calling or anything like that. And I don't have service issues in my house, so again, I don't need Wi-Fi calling. So you can change your, you can turn SIMs on and off if you don't want to use another SIM. I don't have a second SIM, I only have this one. But you can do a preferred network type, so if you want to use like 2G or 3G for some reason, or 2G only, you can manually edit that, but I just leave it on automatic for 2G, 3G, 4G. There is a data saver feature that you can turn on if you need to, if you don't have unlimited data. Again, I do have unlimited data, so not a big deal. And then default SIM, there's a setting, it's grayed out for me because I only have one SIM card in the device, but you have one for voice call, one for messaging, and one for mobile data. So say you want to have a SIM card that you have your number on, but then maybe you get another SIM card and that one's got unlimited data on it. You can use that one SIM card for just data and keep your other number default for voice calls and messaging and that kind of stuff. There's also a smart callback feature, so if you do have two SIM cards in there and somebody calls you on one number and it's not the default, if you try to call them back from like the missed call or whatever, the smart callback will actually use the SIM they called you on, so the number they called you on, and it will call back from that number, so they get a call back from the same number and not some other number if they don't know that number. So that really helps with stuff like that. There's a mobile plan section which just goes to the T-Mobile stuff. I don't know if that actually works or not. Hotspot and tethering, you can do that on this phone as well. The battery stuff right here, so we have the battery usage and the detailed usage. That's not, actually nope, I guess it is working now. It wasn't working before in other betas on Android P, but it looks like it is working. It's the last full charge and the screen usage that's not working right now. Battery percentage, you can put that in the status bar now. That's a new thing in one of the new Oxygen OS updates. Battery saver, battery optimization, battery manager, all that kind of stuff to monitor apps and let you know when they're using an excessive amount of juice. Utilities, like I said, we have gaming mode, parallel apps, app locker, scheduled power on and off, so you can actually have the phone power on and off automatically. Say you want the phone to turn off at 10 p.m. or turn on at 9 a.m. Maybe if you have a kid or something like that, you want to turn the phone off. It doesn't, there's no password on that, so you can, obviously they can override it and just change that feature. But if that's something you need to do, you can do that. System, you just have your standard stuff. You have backup, your reset, all that kind of stuff. Multiple users, so you can have multiple users on this device. And then your stuff right here for your OnePlus notifications, system stability improvement program, and your system updates and stuff like that. So overall, the phone has been great. A lot of features on this phone, and that is one of the reasons I really love the OnePlus 6. It's one of my daily drivers. This and my iPhone are probably my two main phones. I do have an S9 that I use time to time, but I always seem to go back to the OnePlus 6. And it is just a beautiful, beautiful device. This one is the glossy black. I forget exactly what they call this color, but there's this one and then there is a brushed black. They're both glass on the back. The other one just has a treated glass that gives it a brushed finish, which is really nice. And then they do have a red one now and a couple other colors to choose from. I will leave my referral link down in the comment section or the description below. If you guys want to pick up a OnePlus 6, use that referral link down below, and that will give you $20 towards an accessory. So if you click on that and order a phone, at the time of order you can add an accessory up to $20, or it can be more than $20, but it'll take you take $20 off an accessory when you purchase your phone, so you can get a case for free or really cheap, which is really nice. This has been Colin with Techout. If you have any questions about the OnePlus 6, feel free to leave them down in the comment section below. And as always, don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe, and have a great day.